We also learn that Maddie's mother, Jen Soto, kept a very scientific chart of Maddie's menstrual periods and even had multiple pregnancy tests in the homes. It would be arguable that she knew her 12-year-old daughter was having sex, but with who?
You would think so. I mean, she is as much admitted to this, that she knew about this, that this was going on, and makes excuses for him. Which I just don't understand this. I mean, she basically had the power to save her own daughter's life.
Dr. Todd Bart joining us, guys, board certified anatomic, clinical, and forensic pathologist.
Now, I don't know about a lie detector test because I've never heard anything. So if I was to say that, I'd be lying. And I don't want to lie about a lie detector test. So I've never heard anything past Jen saying, I'll take a lie detector test. I don't think they did that. I think that's just probably at this point irrelevant to anything. Lie detector tests don't really... They're not, you can't use them in court. And she does so many DRUGS, who knows? Now it was over 16,000, and you say GoFundMe is around 30-ish lawyer hours. Now to get a retainer for a lawyer, we're talking about 5 to 10 grand. So I'm sure that she used some of that money, and then her family or her mom or whoever probably paid or is paying the rest. She hasn't used him very much except for that 1 hour, and they did it 1 hour. That was it. So somebody's paying for it, you guys. Hashtag I took my meds. I love that. All right, let's keep going.
Just even with the degree of decomp, now it had only been a couple of days before her body was found, but she is out in the elements, and it is Florida.
Right.
How would you be able to tell? This is precautionary, doctor, and you've been through plenty of trials to understand my concern. I think the video will come in off of his cell phone, but what if it doesn't? The state's got to be ready to prove that he, Stefan Stearns, Maddie Soto, who had just turned 13 years old. So how can we go about proving, even with the body in a partial state of decomposition, how can we prove she was? And how can we prove she was?
Well, they would most likely have collected a sexual assault kit in this particular case. Now, sexual assault kits are only valuable up to a point. After 3 or 4 days of decomposition, being able to get viable sperm from a sexual assault kit would be difficult. That being said, it has been done, but the longer time goes on, the less evidence you're going to have. But they would also be able to obtain evidentiary information from the clothing that she was wearing. Whatever swabs that they could collect from the clothing, from her body, and do DNA testing. Of course, with him living in the condo with her, his DNA is going to be on her.
The night that Jen Soto's condo is searched, she and Stearns have to get out. So where do they go? They go to a hotel along with Stearns's parents. Listen what happens in the middle of the night.
We checked into the rooms. They had 239, I had 203. Opposite ends of the building. I brought my stuff up, went over and said goodnight, and then hit the sack.
After you guys went to your separate ways, when's the next time you talked to separate?
I got up at 6:30, 3 hours sleep, and went to the office because I figured he'd be sleeping in, crashed and burned, and didn't speak to Jen until 10:45-ish, and she called and asked if Stefan was with me, and I said, no. Why? Well, he's not here.
Well, I think we know where he was. Shannon Butler joining me, WFTV 9. Shannon, isn't it true that he and Jen Soto are at one end of the hotel, his parents are at the other, his dad and stepmother at the other end of the hotel, and he sneaks out around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and drives 300 miles?
Yeah, if you know
Hold on real quick. I like Nancy Grace's face there. Yeah, he did drive really far that night to go home, and I'm sure it was to we speculated many things, but I'm sure it was to go get the hard drive because he knew, and to sort out some details. He knew it was coming down on him, you guys. He knew that they wanted the phone. He knew he had to have known the questions they were asking. Now, break down what amnesty did she receive. I'm not really sure whatever she said that day. I don't know how to answer that question. If anyone in chat wants to, we talked about the immunity that she got, the small immunity that she got, and why she got it. But that I'm not sure how to answer. So, but thank you for asking. I'm glad I caught that question. Amnesty. I don't know.
Know where Northport, Florida is. It is south, near Sarasota. He drove there because that's where his parents
Stepmother.
lived.
Wait, what?
Police say that he drove there not only to look a hard drive and a flash drive, but that he wanted to use their internet so he could log on to Wi-Fi, and they believe delete images that he had of sexually explicit things. It's a long, long drive to use somebody.
You're seeing the car trunk and car that police believe transported Maddie's dead body. According to police who followed, we now know, tracked the two cars, including Jen Soto's car, through license grabbers, red light cams, surveillance cams, to.
And on Monday, we're gonna go for that drive, you guys. When I saw that come out, that video with the drive being tracked from that day particularly, and what Stefan did just in that short time of running around, getting a flat tire, dropping Maddie off, and then that night when he calls looking for Maddie, or cruising around looking for Maddie, going back to where he left her body, and what he may have done to her, and why Jen's car, why the dogs hit on Jen's car. I really want to talk about that, along with when he moved her body, when he stopped at that hotel, the random hotel, and moved her body from the front to the trunk. What happened? I have a lot to talk about. So, and Sadie's mama, thank you for being here. Love you. I think people are more interested in right now talking about their theories of the case, because we're kind of going over it, and people know they've heard this before. So it seems like what I see is everybody has a theory, and rightfully so. Merry Christmas. Yes, I hope we all have a better year than we did last year. And to all the mods, thank you for everything you've done all year. I think we're missing a couple. I don't see Carly here today, and I don't see Synth. I don't know. They're probably off doing weekend stuff, but everybody that is here, thank you. Thank you all.